Oh, hey there. Come on in. We're just about to start. Welcome to My Wife the Dietitian, a fun weekly podcast about nutrition and healthy lifestyle. I'm Rob, and together with my wife Sandra, we invite you to join us on this informative and entertaining journey through the complex world of healthy eating.
Join us each week as we strive to help you with transforming your overall health and relationship with food through up-to-date, evidence-based nutrition information.
Supplements. It's probably the most confusing aisle in the grocery store. There's an entire alphabet of different supplements that you can take. Do you need to take them? The pharmaceutical companies will have you believe that you need to take all of them. But do you really? On today's show, we are going to discuss the top 5 supplements that most people need to take. We're going to discuss why you need them and what they do for you. Stay with us. It's a good one. Enjoying the show? You can help others find it and enjoy it too by giving us a 5-star rating or review. If you feel like reaching out to us with a question or comment, you can send us an email at mywifetherd@gmail.com. And don't forget to visit our website at mywifethedietitian.com, as well as our social media pages. We're on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Enjoy the show. Welcome to My Wife the Dietitian. Hello, Sandra.
Hi, Rob.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
What's on the slate for today?
On the slate. Well, I wanted to talk about something that most people ask about, and we haven't really addressed it in an actual episode. And that is, should I take a supplement, a vitamin mineral supplement?
Oh, good question. Yeah. We go through a variety of different ones here. I think you're just trying them sometimes because odd things appear in the cupboard for like one time, and then we never see it again. And there's all these things, and I'm like, I wonder if we should do I need to take all these things? And so, yeah, good to find out.
Yeah, and some supplements can fill in the gaps of nutritional deficiencies, and I think we've talked about before how taking like a multivitamin mineral is not going to fix a poor diet.
No, and I think that's what a lot of people think. It's like, oh, I haven't eaten any fruit today, so I'll have some vitamin C, and that will be... I do that, I got to be honest, but not every day. Sometimes.
Right.
I'll think, oh, I haven't eaten enough fruit today, I'll just pop a vitamin C, and usually because we don't have fruit. We haven't gone shopping or whatever. It's not like there's a piece of fruit on the counter and I choose the vitamin C pill instead. But
oh, right. Well, we're going to talk about 5 most common ones that a lot of people either need or can benefit from. Some people don't need any, but some people do. And let's start with one that a lot of people need because they don't eat fish.
How do you know that you need something? Is that something that's going to be on your blood work, your lab test, or is it just you go by like, I don't know, symptoms? Like how do you know? Right.
Yeah, good question. So the first one we were talking about is omega-3.
Okay.
Because it comes from fish. So if you don't eat fish, then you're probably not going to be getting much in omega-3.
Okay, so it's not symptom-based. That's just like, I don't eat fish, therefore I'm probably not getting enough omega-3.
Exactly. And do you remember we've done the episode on anti-inflammatory diet?
Oh, way long time ago.
Episode 19. Mm-hmm. And what did we learn about fish and omega-3s?
A lot of things.
Yeah, it's helpful for inflammation.
Okay. I know it's good for your brain.
Yeah, it totally is so good for your brain. It's important and integral for brain development for a fetus if a woman's pregnant, but it's good for mental health and mood and anti-inflammatory.
Is that the main reason that people need it, is for the anti-inflammatory part? Or, I mean, I guess it's all important, but is there like it has one sort of area where it's more beneficial than another? You love my questions, don't you? I can see your wheels turning going, I didn't see it going this way. Take your time. I want a thorough answer.
I actually forgot your question. Sorry.
Like looking at the next thing.
I was thinking about the other episode we did, food and mood.
Oh, yeah.
Nutrition nuggets.
Right.
So if someone doesn't eat fish, and basically if you're eating fish twice a week, you're probably getting your omega-3s in your diet. But if there's lots of people I talk to that do not eat fish. Lots of people don't like fish. People have allergies to seafood or salmon or other fish. And therefore, they're probably not getting omega-3s in their diet.
I had a Brussels sprouts allergy when I was a kid. I was allergic to Brussels sprouts and mushrooms.
You didn't like them.
Mm-hmm.
That's
exactly.
right. Yeah.
Allergies are funny that way.
So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty common to not be getting enough omega-3 if you do not eat fish. So in that case, it's a good idea to take an omega-3 supplement, either in a fish oil, or you can get the fish capsules, or if you're vegan, you can get algae oil. And is there other foods that offer omega-3s?
Isn't there like flaxseed oil or flax seeds and different? Is it other seeds too?
Yeah, you got it. So, so fish has EPA and DHA, which are the fatty acids, and in the plant foods like walnuts and flaxseed, chia seeds, hemp hearts, they have ALA, which is converted into what our body needs. And it's the omega-3 that comes from plant foods. So if you don't eat fish, you could take a fish oil supplement or an omega-3 supplement and also include those important seeds, and you'll get some omega-3.
Right.
That's how you get omega-3 eggs. Oh, that's the other thing.
Eggs.
If the chickens are fed flax seeds, then they will convert that into an omega-3 egg.
Oh, wow.
But it's,
yeah,
you don't get a lot. You don't get a big amount, but it is a little bit.
And it says that on the carton. I remember that now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a really common one is omega-3. And some people don't like the fishy aftertaste of these omega-3 fish oils.
The trick with taking pills you don't like, I learned this as a kid too. Put the water in your mouth first and then throw the pill in, and then you don't taste the pill, and then you just swallow it all down.
Yeah. And then what happens for some people is that you get burps, and it's fish. Like that's why some people don't take it.
Right.
And you know how to counteract that is you can actually put this whole bottle in the freezer, and then you take a frozen fish oil pill, and
look
then
at you with the tips.
and then you won't have that burping problem.
Interesting.
Because that's
a great tip. I like that.
Past the.
It'll still be frozen. You mean like on the way down?
Yeah.
Huh. Great tip.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's the omega-3, and we did episode Nutrition Nuggets 56, and it was called SMASH. Do you remember that?
I remember the episode.
And do you remember what SMASH is an acronym for?
I do.
What?
Yeah. Oh, you want me to say it?
Yeah.
Sardines, mackerel, anchovies, salmon, and herring.
Yeah. What about those?
I know, right? They're all good small fish that are like mercury-free.
Low in mercury. Yeah.
Full of omega-3s.
That's awesome, Rob.
Well, thank you. I do listen.
It's so good. That's really good. And a lot of times they're canned with bones. And so they're a really good source of calcium.
Yep. You just mash up those bones and eat them.
Well, you mash up the meat and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. Mash them up with the meat.
That's right.
Yeah.
And we did one on tuna, episode Nutrition Nuggets 6, and talked all about omega-3 in that too. So it, like you did say at the start, we've talked a lot about omega-3 already. But in terms of supplements for people that people ask all the time, that's a big one is omega-3.
Okay. And you were saying it benefits everything that you were mentioning in the beginning.
Heart health, brain health, mood, depression, your cardiovascular health.
Anti-inflammatory?
And
you were saying?
It's an anti-inflammatory.
And those are all impacted by omega-3.
Yes. Yeah. And to take 3 to 4 grams a day. So that's kind of what you would get if you had 2 servings of fish a week.
Okay.
So, and the serving is the size of the palm of your hand, or a deck of cards.
Right. Perfect.
Piece of salmon or tuna or all those ones you mentioned. All right. And number 2, what does deficiency start with?
Vitamin D. Okay.
And that's a common deficiency, especially anywhere north of California in the winter, October to March.
Right. Because we get vitamin D from the sun, but we don't get it in those months.
Right. Even if it's sunny, it's just not, the latitude is, the sun's at an angle where we're not converting the hormone in our skin, because vitamin D is a hormone too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's an important one.
It's really important. Yeah. Yeah. It's, there's vitamin D receptors all throughout our body. And if we have low vitamin D levels, then our body doesn't actually operate correctly. And it can lead to, if you have a chronic deficiency or chronically low in vitamin D, that can lead to autoimmune diseases like multiple sclerosis and lupus and arthritis.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's good just for your immunity too, isn't it? Like,
yes.
Like fighting off infections or colds or
absolutely.
whatever.
Yeah. It maintains your immune system. And I think we did episode 3 was about immune health, and episode 4, and we talked about vitamin D. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's one. And the level that you want to aim for in terms of a supplemental form of vitamin D. So vitamin D3 is the one that is the form that we want to take as a supplement.
Right.
And most days throughout October to March, if you're in Canada or above California, pretty much like that latitude, you want to get upper limit is 4,000 IUs, international units. So everybody's different, but maybe 1,000, 2,000, depending on what's going on for you. And you can get a blood test for vitamin D, and that will help show where you're at, what level you're at. I've actually seen someone have too much vitamin D, but commonly if you don't take vitamin D supplements and you don't drink milk and you're not getting any sun, maybe you have lots of sunscreen, protect your skin, you might have a vitamin D deficiency.
Right. Yeah. Good point about the sunscreen. Because just because you're in the sun doesn't mean your skin is absorbing the whatever it is.
Yeah. What do they say in Australia? Slip, slap, slop. So it's slip on a shirt, slap on the sunscreen. No, slap on a hat and slop on the sunscreen or something.
I've never heard that ever in my whole life.
Slip, slap, slop. Okay, anyways. I thought I had. Maybe I
thought I knew you pretty well.
Dreaming it up.
Wow,
I'm not sure.
What are you dreaming about?
Getting protection from the sun, I guess.
No doubt.
Being on a beach in Australia.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Yeah. Oh, I think we've talked also about vitamin D. It's fat soluble, so it stays in the system. So you don't have to take it every day. If you take a bigger amount, you can actually get formulations that are 10,000 IUs. And sometimes in long-term care homes, when there's too many medications every day for each resident, they might have a prescription for 10,000 IUs of vitamin D, so that they take it once a week, and then that equals about 1,400 a day
right
over the week. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
it's
you're
a really big pill, though.
No, it's not. It's very small,
they bring
actually.
it in a wheelbarrow. There's a big funnel.
10,000.
You got to hold the person down, but they only have to do it once a week, so it's not bad.
You're so funny. No, it's actually really small. It's a tiny little pill.
Yeah, it's amazing, eh?
Yeah.
Even the regular dosage, some of those pills are like the size of a pinhead. They're tiny.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So any other questions about that?
Negative.
What? Surprisingly, Rob doesn't have any questions.
I'm saving them all up.
Yep, I bet. All right. And let's see. And, another thing that we've talked about with vitamin D before we leave this topic was your bones.
Oh, right. It's
skeleton.
It's good for your bones, or it helps calcium. It helps your body absorb calcium.
Yeah.
Is that
gut.
how it is?
Yeah, it helps your gut absorb calcium.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, if you have enough vitamin D, then that helps your body absorb the calcium to help keep the bone remodeling happening. Because it's not, your bone's not a rock. It's constantly changing.
Your whole body is constantly changing.
That's right.
Yeah.
But I think you think of the skeleton as just like this
Totally
solid, like rock.
Yeah.
But it's very dynamic and it's always breaking down and building up. And it will keep breaking down if we don't have enough vitamin D or calcium to help build it back up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if you break a bone, it can heal, right? That's your body is regrowing the bone.
That's right. Yeah, exactly. So episode 18 was bone density code. I think that's what we called it. And it was all about calcium and vitamin D. So that's a good one to refer back to because it's really important to get enough vitamin D. So I think 20 years ago, the focus was on calcium supplements. Mm-hmm. And the fact is, if you're not getting enough vitamin D, especially in the winter, then you might not be absorbing that calcium and actually having it work for you.
Yeah, good point. So what's next?
Remember we had an episode on Nutrition Nuggets 50 on, what was it called? It was a funny one. Complex B.
Oh, to be or not to be.
To be or not to be. Nutrition Nuggets 50. And that is another supplement that benefits a lot of people.
Vitamin B. Oh, vitamin B50.
Yes, all the different B vitamins, right? There's one that is particularly important, especially for vegetarians, because they're probably not getting it in their diet.
B12.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Because it only is in animal foods, right?
Exactly.
And also people that are on PPIs. You love that word.
I love that word. PPI.
What's a PPI?
Magnum PPI. I can't remember.
Proton
pump inhibitor.
And we talked with Amy Archer all about heartburn, episode 121, which is pretty much an epidemic in North America. So many people have heartburn and deal with stomach acidity. And so they take medication to reduce their stomach acid. And many people over 50 have low stomach acid and they're not absorbing B12. Even if you're eating meat and other B12 rich foods. So it's an important one. It's really important not to be deficient in B12. And people do get blood work to determine that.
Were you saying it's related to heartburn?
It's related because if you have low stomach acid because you're on a medication to lower the stomach acid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Then you can't absorb the B12.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what I thought you said.
Yeah. We did one on episode 31, Feeling the Burn, all about heartburn also.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the B complex also has another really key vitamin for pregnancy.
Folate, B9.
Yeah, B9. Good for you. Yeah, that's a really important one. So multivitamins have all of these. And a prenatal supplement also has those too. But a B complex will include your folic acid and your B12 and B1, 2, 3. So
all the Bs.
All the Bs. Thiamine, niacin, or riboflavin, niacin.
Why does it say 50? There's not 50 different ones, is there?
Well, why don't you listen to Nutrition Nuggets 50?
Oh, geez. Okay, I got homework.
Yeah. We talked about it. Because most of the formulation with a B complex 50, it's 50 milligrams of B1, 50 milligrams of B2, 50 milligrams of B3. And then the rest are a little bit different. 5 milligrams of B5, 5 milligrams of B6, 250 micrograms of B12, 100 micrograms of biotin, 5 milligrams of choline, 500 micrograms of folic acid, and 5 milligrams of inositol.
It's funny when you buy that one, though, because on the shelf, it's confusing buying supplements. And I know we've discussed this many times before, probably because it's so confusing. We need to talk about it a lot. But when you buy the B, there's all the different individual ones. So you've got your B3, your B6, your B7, your whatever, different ones, B12. And then there's B50. So it makes people think that that's the name of a vitamin.
Oh, like another one.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Because they're all numbers, right? It's like It's like bingo. But yeah, it's a little bit confusing. But yeah, that makes sense that they're all similar dosages, I guess, inside of that B50.
Isn't
bottle.
that funny?
Yeah.
I know. And there's a really important consideration with this. It's energizing, like it supports energy. So it's good for people that are stressed or like have a lot of, like they're burning through their B vitamins because of different factors in their lifestyle. If you have alcohol, you burn through thiamine. It helps support energy. And so you don't want to take it at night.
Oh, interesting.
And there has been people, I've worked with people that changed it to take it with their breakfast in the morning, and they get a better sleep because they're not taking their B complex at night.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah. So it is, that's another one that not everyone needs, but it is, it's water soluble. B vitamins are water soluble, so you do pee them out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it will change the color of your pee, so don't be alarmed.
Right. That's right. Okay. What's the next one? It's one that at night, you do take at night before bed because it's actually...
Oh, the melatonin. No, different one. I don't know.
It's all right. It's a mineral, and it's a bone supporting mineral, but it also... We did an episode on this one.
Calcium. Magnesium. Oh, there you go. Okay, this is like a guessing game. I didn't know it was going to be a quiz.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't study.
Okay.
I would have studied if I'd known.
Okay. Yes. Well, it's okay. It's supportive for your muscle. It helps relax your muscle. And it also is supportive for sleep and helps with the bowel movement in the morning.
Well, then.
So anyways, magnesium bisglycinate is a good one to take in the evening before bed. It's good for healthy bones, to help with that skeleton and also with your muscle function, and it relaxes your muscles.
Helps you sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a few different magnesiums too, so just watch what one you're buying.
Yeah, exactly. Because this one works in your muscle. It helps with relaxing the muscle. And a lot of people, we did an episode on this, remember? Because a lot of people don't get enough magnesium in their diet. And it's partly because the standard American diet, or a lot of people are not eating whole, minimally processed foods. They're not getting vegetables and fruits and nuts and seeds and whole grains and lean proteins. Mm-hmm. And that's where you get magnesium. It's widespread in our food, but it's not really in a lot of foods that have been processed and refined because they've actually changed the structure of the grain. So they're removing the magnesium.
Oh, interesting.
So magnesium, it could be helpful for sleeping. And it also helps when, if you're having brain fog, and part of the issue is not having a good restorative sleep, it might be something to try. And it's only about 200 milligrams.
Easy fix.
Yeah, before bed.
There you go.
And then you might wake up and have a good bowel movement too.
Yeah, win-win.
Yeah, because it's relaxant to your intestinal tract.
Maybe that's related to the brain fog.
It could be, right? For some people, right. They're full of joking.
Absolutely. Like you're onto something there.
Okay, one last one that many people take, and they might take it because they're not eating well and they're trying to fix their unhealthy diet. But like we said originally, you can't really fix a diet, like a poor quality diet with a multivitamin mineral, but it can maybe fill in the gaps. So multivitamin mineral could be helpful for some people.
And is the answer multivitamin?
Yeah.
Okay. That's what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah. A multi. Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah. Cause I mean, a lot of these things we've talked about, except for the omega-3, are in a multi.
I see.
So you get a little bit of B vitamins in the multi, you get a bit of vitamin D, you get magnesium. So all of these things are in a multi. So that's one way to do it. Also, if you want to just cover the bases, you could take a multivitamin mineral. And also, if you're potentially going to get pregnant, it's worthwhile just making sure that you take a multivitamin mineral. Same with the man, not just the woman.
Yeah.
You got to have healthy sperm and the egg, right?
Exactly. Both of those things make babies.
That's right. And there's more and more evidence to suggest that the health of the male contribution to the pregnancy is critical to the success of the pregnancy, the placental health, and the long-term health of the offspring. So it's worthwhile if you're thinking of having a baby, try to take your multivitamin mineral or eat well and have a good lifestyle.
Exactly.
Stop the drugs and drinking and cigarettes if you can.
Yeah, that'd be a plus.
But yeah, for some people, a multivitamin mineral might help if they're on a restricted diet for medical reasons, or if you're an older adult and maybe not eating enough in the day, but you should be talking to a healthcare provider about what are the best options in your case, because maybe you just need a vitamin D, or maybe you need a B complex or a B12 or a multivitamin mineral. So it's good to talk to your healthcare provider about this and get some more specific recommendations for yourself.
Perfect. Great tips. Thanks for sharing those. So can we just do a quick recap?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good idea. Number 1 was omega-3.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, vitamin D.
Right.
D3. Number 3, B complex.
Or B50, it's confusingly called.
Right. Totally. A B50 complex. Right. Number 4, magnesium.
At least they admit it's complex.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah. That's funny that it's named like that.
I don't know who names this stuff, but they gotta, rethink that.
And
sorry, number 4 was...
Number 4, magnesium. Magnesium bisglycinate is a good formulation.
Right.
And number 5 is a daily multivitamin mineral.
Right. That has a bunch of everything in it.
Yeah.
And they differ too. So check the ingredients. If there's something specifically that you think you might want more of, check the ingredients from different brands, because they are different amounts.
The biggest difference with multivitamins are the amount of iron. And typically men don't need iron. Premenstrual women who have a cycle and are losing blood every month probably need iron. So there's different formulations. That's why it says for men, for women, for seniors, for pregnancy. So the prenatal vitamins have the most iron of all of the multivitamins.
Exactly. Yeah. So good to check that. And what about vitamin C? That wasn't on the list. Is that just something that we're likely going to get through our food?
That's a good question. Actually, that's one that you definitely could have in your cupboard to use sometimes. It's got a short half-life, so you wouldn't take a big dose all at once. Like what you would do is if you are feeling like you're getting a cold or you're just not feeling great, you could take 500 milligrams of a chewable vitamin C, and that would be, something to help with your immune system. And we did an episode 3 and 4 on immune health, and you thought it was on episode 3 that we did vitamin C, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a pretty in-depth discussion about all those different vitamins and minerals. So that's a good one to check out.
Yeah, and there's some vitamins and minerals that you don't want to take a supplement of because it could actually be harmful. So we didn't talk about that, but vitamin E is one in particular that it actually too much can be harmful, could lead to cancer.
Yeah, that's no good.
Yeah, that's supplemental vitamin E. Also, if you're pregnant and you're taking supplemental vitamin A, that could lead to birth defects.
Vitamin A, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's fat soluble, so you can't pee it out. It stays in the system. And minerals do too. So zinc, selenium, copper, calcium, they are minerals. So if you take supplements of them, it accumulates. Your body doesn't get rid of those things easily. So that's why with zinc, it might be good if it's in a multivitamin, because you get a little bit, but not too much. I remember zinc it got this very fine window of good opportunity, and it's easy to get too much, and then it actually reduces your immune system if you have too much. But some people don't get enough zinc, so that might be another one to look into, but not to have too much. And selenium, remember a good easy hack with selenium? Instead of taking a supplement of selenium.
Oh, you eat a Brazil nut.
Yeah. Brazil nuts are loaded with selenium because they come from Brazil, and it's a selenium-rich soil, and that is a good way to get that micronutrient that works in concert with vitamin E. So if we're eating Brazil nuts and eating foods that have a little bit of fat, so that's where you get vitamin E, in wheat germ and nuts and seeds. So that's where those two work together, selenium and vitamin E.
I remember you saying something at one point too about the difference between a supplement and real food, and you're getting there's a lot that you're not getting if you just take a supplement. Right.
I'm glad you mentioned that. Yes, that's so true. Yeah. The food has all these different vitamins and minerals and phytochemicals and antioxidants and the food matrix. So there's a lot more to a piece of food than just the vitamin E or just the vitamin C. So yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. That's a really important point.
Good. Awesome. All right. Well, once again, thanks for sharing that information. It's good to remind people about these things because it is confusing. I'm sure we'll talk about it again. So yeah, check out our website if you want some more information on all sorts of different things. We've got a great blog on there with tons of different articles on just about everything. You can also sign up for our newsletter. That's on the website as well. It's a weekly newsletter. It's free to join. Lots of updates, recipe ideas, different tips and tricks and all that sort of stuff. So give that a look as well when you're on the website. If you want to know anything, you have questions you want answered, send us an email. You can reach us at mywifetherd@gmail.com. We get listener questions all the time. We love answering those on the show for you. So don't be afraid to send us your questions. The website address is mywifethedietitian.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. We've got things going on there. And don't forget to rate and review the show. That's super helpful for us. And sharing with your friends is also super helpful. So we'll be back on Wednesday with another installment of Nutrition Nuggets. So until then, have a great week, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on My Wife the Dietitian. If you like what you heard, don't be shy. Leave us a comment or review, and be sure to share our podcast with your friends. If you'd like to hear more, hit that subscribe button. You can also follow us on our social media pages for updates, episode trailers, and other odds and ends. For more info and links on what we discussed on today's episode, check the show notes. We'll be back next week with another informative and fun-filled episode.